You have a partner now?
Yeah, I'm engaged. Yeah.
Nice. How long have you been with her for?
Not very long, under a year, but I was looking for a woman like her for probably a good 2 years and screening very hard with any woman I would go on a date with. And I had a very specific, strict set of criteria I was looking for. So, yeah, it kind of made it easy. It wasn't a case of like, oh, like, let's discover each other and learn about each other and see if we get along. It was more of a case of like, all right, does she meet like these very, very stringent criteria? And she kept ticking boxes. The first, like, month or so, I was really pushing to find out like where she stood on certain, where her values were, like what her belief systems were, what her experiences were, what her relationship with her family was like, things like this. And then once I'm just seeing green flag, green flag, green flag, cool, let's pursue this a little bit further. I pushed her comfort zone a bit to see how she would handle it. Like she'd never traveled before, so I made her get outside of the USA for the first time. And then it's fun seeing how a woman can like respond to that kind of a challenge.
Yeah.
Does she like freak out? Does she adapt? Like, does she follow my lead? There's a lot you can learn through putting a woman through like a safe but challenging situation like that.
For anyone watching this right now on the playback, Sterling did something very smart there. So when a masculine guy takes a girl on a date and he does something challenging, push her out of her comfort zone and leads her through it properly, her attraction for him goes up dramatically. Really, really good. Because it throws on the masculine and feminine energy the right way too.
One thing I have definitely noticed is that taking her out of her like hometown was vital. A lot of guys will kind of complain about westernized women and how they tend to be a lot more masculine, right? Especially like city women, I guess you could say. They've been taught, okay, you got to get a career, you got to go to college, you can't be dependent upon a man.
They have a very deep fear about being independent. They're like, well, what if he lets me down and I'm screwed? You're like, well, it's a risk, I suppose, but
That exact phrase, I've heard that exact phrase from my fiance. It's kind of funny you said that. And you know how you have the idea of the male rite of passage, and it's usually something very grueling. It's trying, it tests their character, tests their resolve, and then they come out the other side as a man.
Yeah.
That's the male rite of passage. I don't think the female rite of passage is anything like that. I think the female rite of passage is kind of like her being taken away from her home tribe and then implanted into your tribe. Imagine like a traditional marriage way back in the day. You're literally taking her from her tribe over here, and then she's making the journey and coming and joining your tribe. But in both circumstances, she sort of goes through this very emotional period where she's kind of leaving all the things behind that she was attached to. It's almost like she has to kind of shed her old self a little bit to become the new like wife or the mother role. The key part of the female rite of passage is being taken from her old tribe and being put into a new one. I have never really seen a situation where a woman has sort of stayed in her comfort zone, shall we say, or stayed in her like tribe and the guys coming into it and it's worked successfully.
So one of the things I teach exactly, brother. So one of the questions I get all the time, this guy wants to move into my house. That's what girls say all the time. When can he move in? I say, the girl moves into the guy's house. Never the guy moves into the girl's house. Every single time, exactly what I said. When a guy moves into the girl's house, even I did this mistake 10, 15 years ago or something, fails so badly. They treat you like a guest, the masculine and feminine energy throws off. It's really bad.
I've made the same mistake too. This is the pattern. And what I noticed is like when I initially went to sort of visit her hometown with her family and that sort of stuff, those masculine tendencies that guys complain about in Western women, like started to bubble to the surface a little bit, despite the fact that like the rest of the interaction we've had like, anywhere else had been, she was very, very inner feminine. I thought that's a very interesting thing to see. And then cool, a bit later on, plucked her out of that situation, put her into let's say a foreign one or one where I'm comfortable, and bang, instantly back into a feminine again. Like, all the theory is now being confirmed with a practical, like real world example.
With those same skills, brother, you guys will get to a 10 out of 10 and just stay there forever, which is fantastic.